Hello, welcome to the late news. I'm Ivan Leung. Also tonight.
No meeting. US President Barack Obama will not be meeting Tibet exile spiritual leader Dalai Lama. Film director Roman Polanski will not be allowed to release on bail by the Swiss authorities. And finally, court, the 1994 Rwanda genocide suspect is arrested.
Good evening. It's been reported that Barack Obama's administration put pressure on Tibetan officials to postpone the US president's meeting with Dalai Lama. The Tibetan spiritual leader arrived in the US on Monday to receive the Lamo's Human Rights Prize. President Obama's meeting with the Buddhist monk has been delayed until after he attends a summit with Chinese President Hu Jintao. It is the first time in 18 years that Dalai Lama has visited Washington, D.C. without seeing a sitting American president. Many Tibetans were disappointed with Obama's decision. China sent troops into Tibet in 1950, and the Dalai Lama fled to India a few years later to establish a government in exile. China regards him as the splittist. One of the most wanted suspects in Rwanda's 1994 genocide has arrived in the International Tribunal for Rwanda in Tanzania. The man called Ideophos Nizeyimana was arrested in the neighboring country of Uganda. Mr. Nizeyimana was accused of ordering the killings of Rwanda's Tutsi Queen, attacking Tutsi university teachers, and established roadblocks which Tutsi were captured before being killed. US President Barack Obama has said his decision on new strategy in Afghanistan will not please everyone. He told the key figures from Congress gathering to discuss future US plans that he would decide to question sense of urgency. Matt Waldron reports.
The US Democratic Senator Harry Reid said members from both parties told Mr. Obama they would support his decision, but Republican Senator Mitch McConnell stressed backing would depend on Mr. Obama following his general's advice. Talks at the White House came as debate intensifies over whether the US should send more troops to Afghanistan. About 30 senior congressional figures from both parties' leaderships and key House and Senate committees were involved. Democratic Speaker Nancy Pelosi said there had been some agreement but also some diversity of opinion. Former Republican presidential candidate Senator John McCain urged Mr. Obama to take heed of the advice given by generals on the ground. Matt Waldron, DHK News.
Film director Roman Polanski's request for a release on bail has been refused by the Switzerland authorities. Amy Blom reports.
The Justice Ministry in Switzerland has refused a request for the release on bail of the film director Roman Polanski. The ministry said there was a high risk he might flee. Roman Polanski was arrested in Zurich last month on a warrant issued in the United States, where he is wanted for sentencing for having sex with a 13-year-old girl in 1977. Hundreds of Hollywood directors and stars have signed a petition calling for his release. Amy Blom, DHK News.
The UN has launched an appeal for US $74 million to help the people from Philippines recover from severe flooding. Up to 300 people were killed and hundreds and thousands of people fled their homes to escape the effects of a violent storm last week. It's aimed to help 1 million worst affected people in the countries for 6 months. The UN's humanitarian coordinator John Holmes said he would raise money for other countries in regions struck by disaster. And finally tonight, some bad news for Google Mail users on the internet because Google has confirmed that users of its email system Gmail has been affected by a security bleach, so thousands of passwords posted online. Google says the bleach was part of an industry-wide attack and it told users to change their passwords. The BBC says at least more than 20,000 websites of email accounts password, including Gmail, Hotmail and Yahoo, has been briefly posted online. And that's the news from me and the late news team. Thanks for your company. Bye bye for a good evening.